Alice, what are you doing now? Are you still preparing for breakfast? I need to talk to you. Can you get back to me right away? Hey, didn't you check my message? Alice, reply to me. It's not like you haven't seen it, right? How long are you going to ignore me? I just noticed your message, Ambrosia. Good morning. I was hanging the laundry and didn't have a chance to check my cell phone. Sorry about that. I'm going to go out with my son, so I have to get ready. How can you complain so much in the morning? You work so slowly, but you keep telling me about your excuses. If your son, Kevin, learns from you, I have no doubt that he'll become an incompetent man in the future. I won't allow that. Children watch their mother's behavior, so you should be careful of how you behave. Excuses? I didn't mean it that way. I'm sorry. More importantly, what are you doing here so early in the morning? Oh, I forgot. As I was saying, for Kevin's sake, you need to be a good mother. Yes, I'm doing my best every day to accomplish that. Really? I don't think so from what I saw this morning. You don't have to try so hard. People say that children are the mirror of their parents. You have to be diligent and practice hard work. I'm fully aware of that. I want to be a good example for my son. I can't trust you. I've been watching you for a long time. To begin with, I've seen that you can't even do your duties as my son's wife properly. With a useless wife like you, I feel sorry for both my son and your son. Seems that you're not taking care of them properly. That's a terrible thing to say, Ambrosia. I take good care of my husband and son. As I always tell you, I do my housework without cutting any corners. Don't be so overbearing. You're a housewife, so you're supposed to do the housework. Stop kidding me, okay? Doing housework is your duty. Plus, you must love your husband and son too. What about that? Can you say with confidence that you're doing that properly? I don't know how you see me as a person. I treat my husband and son with love. My husband, Albert, is a very capable man. He cooks for me and he's been very helpful. What? You're making the breadwinner of the family do the cooking? What on earth do you think you're doing? Why are you asking that? It's normal for men to cook nowadays. Besides, most of the top chefs are men. In my opinion, men are better at creating subtle flavors than women. Did I say something to offend you? That's impossible. I mean, are you out of your mind? You shouldn't let my son cook. I beg your pardon? My husband told me that he likes to cook. Fortunately, I don't work a lot of overtime and I get home early. He does it voluntarily. I don't have to rush to pick up Kevin from daycare, and I can get other things done, so I'm really grateful. Aren't you ashamed you let your husband do that? What are you doing? Cooking is a wife's job, right? You're just cutting corners by making my son do your job. For your information, he's not your housekeeper. Housekeeper? Why are you talking like that? I never thought of him as a housekeeper. So please, don't be rude. What you just said was terrible. Listen carefully. You don't know what you're doing because you've never hired a housekeeper before. What you're doing is like hiring a housekeeper. I'm sure my son feels the same way. I made him stay with you because I thought it would make him happy. I should have stopped him if it was going to end like this. As his mother, I regretted that I let him live together with you. I'm sorry to hear that, but my husband really likes cooking. He always seems to enjoy cooking. I think he does it for the sake of our family. I don't think he does it out of spite. That's a very selfish thing to say. Do you really know how Albert feels? What? He grew up in a completely different family than you. In our family, I did all the housework. Albert has been watching how I did my duty as a mother and wife since he was little. I believe that housework, not just cooking, is something a wife is supposed to do. That's all I know. That may be true, but... Are you making excuses again? That's just the way it is. Do you know why Albert cooks? I think he's trying to help me. You really are optimistic, aren't you? What do you mean? It's because your cooking is bad. Albert decided to cook because he doesn't want to eat bad food every day. He has no choice. It must be depressing to be forced to eat bad food every day. Whenever Albert ate my food, he always said that it's delicious. He even had second helpings. I don't think my cooking is that bad. You really are brazen. You should have noticed what's on Albert's mind if you really care about him. He is a kind boy, so he can't tell you the truth. Albert is a really kind person. My son and I both live with his support. I'm very grateful that Albert understands how I feel. You don't need to worry about us, Ambrosia. How can you say that so plausibly? Don't make me laugh. I've raised Albert all my life, and I know him better than anyone in this entire world. He's a sweet boy, so I'm sure he puts up with a lot. If you're saying that you can't do the housework, let me handle that on behalf of you then. You need help, don't you? I don't think that's necessary. I'm not in any kind of trouble, so don't worry. How can I trust anything you say when you keep making excuses? If you want, I can take care of both Albert and Kevin at my house. I think that's too much. It can't be helped since you are a useless wife. Excuse me, Ambrosia. I'm about to start work, so please excuse me. You're still working? I told you to quit your job and devote yourself to your son and husband, didn't I? Well, I'm sure sooner or later, Albert will get fed up with you and divorce you. Feel free to do whatever you want. Good evening, Ambrosia. May I have a moment with you? Hey, Alice. What's wrong? I didn't expect you to text me at this hour. I wonder if you're sorry about the other day. It's rare to hear from you. Well, I didn't mean to be rude at this time of night, but... Don't worry about that. You're not the kind of person who cares about time, are you? Excuse me? Because you don't have any common sense. You don't even know what it's like to be a good wife. So what is it? If you're too busy, I'll text you tomorrow. You just texted me, so let's get on with it. You wanted to talk about something, didn't you? Something like you are sorry for what you did the other day? Or that you finally noticed that you're not a good wife? Maybe you're thinking to take care of your husband and son more carefully. If you've changed your mind, I'm always willing to listen. Unfortunately, I'm not talking about that. No kidding. Well, okay. So, what is it? You must have something important to tell me if you're going to go to all this trouble to contact me. Yes. Do you have time this weekend? Saturday or Sunday would be fine. Oh, I'm free either way. What is it? Are you thinking to take me out to dinner because you were sorry for what you've done? No, not that. I'm sorry, but I was wondering if you could come over to my place. Huh? Are you ordering me to come to your house? Why should I obey you? If you want me to come over, why don't you come over here instead? No, it's not my request. Kevin and Albert want you to come here. Are you sure about that? Yes, I am. They both want to see you for the first time in a while. Really? I knew it. They both like me, don't they? I guess so. If it's all right with you, I'd like to have you come over either Saturday or Sunday around noon. Can you arrange your schedule for us? Of course! Well, the earlier the better, so let's make it Saturday, shall we? Saturday then. I'm glad you're coming. But I have one favor to ask. Your favor? You're being so impolite. On Saturday, I'd like you to come at lunch.
What? Why? I want to see my son and grandson as soon as possible. Why can't I go early?
I have to go out to run an errand in the morning. I think I'll be home around noon. I'm sorry to keep you waiting. If you could come at noon or afternoon, that would be great.
I see. Well, looks like I don't have a choice. I don't know if I can trust you or not anyway.
Please don't say that. For once, I'd like you to do so.
Why are you being so stubborn? Are you perhaps planning to harass me?
That's not a nice way of putting it.
What do you mean? I know you don't like me, Alice. Using the names of my son and grandson whom I love just to execute your plan is horrible.
Executing a nasty plan? I didn't mean it that way.
You don't have to fool around. I'm not the kind of person who gets scared by something like that. I don't know what you're up to, but I'm going on Saturday anyway. I really want to meet Albert and Kevin. I'm looking forward to it.
I'd appreciate that, but please come during lunch.
Okay, I got it. See you then.
Ambrosia, can I call you now? Ambrosia, may I ask you to pick up the phone? I'm sorry to keep calling. Please, pick up. I'm calling you.
Oh, Alice, what's wrong?
Please stop pretending like you don't know anything. I told you, didn't I? I told you to be here at lunchtime.
Is that so?
I told you many times, and yet you came in the morning.
I don't like the way you talk. Is there a problem for coming early?
It's a big problem. You threw away mashed potatoes and pancakes, didn't you?
Oh, those creepy food on the table? Alice, how many years have you been a housewife? You haven't improved your cooking skills at all. And to begin with, how you served the food was terrible. We are living in the age of trendy cuisine, so I decided to throw away that bad-looking dishes. I don't want Albert and Kevin to eat it. I'm glad I did that before both of them notice. You should be thankful to me.
Why did you do such terrible things? You didn't have to throw the pancakes away.
Oh, those ugly pancakes? I couldn't even tell if they were round or square or what shape they were. They looked so bad that I threw them away.
What? My son made them for you.
What? Kevin made them?
That's right. Kevin said he wanted to make something for you, so he made them. Well, I helped him, but...
What do you mean?
Besides, that mashed potatoes, it was made by my husband and son, who said that they wanted to make you happy. They were happily making those together.
Stop lying. You just made that up anyway. You did that because you want to hide your poor cooking skills.
Of course not.
Why were Albert and Kevin cooking?
They did it for you.
For me?
Did you forget what day is tomorrow?
Tomorrow? I have no idea.
It's your birthday.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Kevin told me that we should make a surprise for you. That's why I asked you to come during lunch.
Kevin said that?
Yes. Since I'm sure that you have your own plans, we decided to surprise you either on Saturday or Sunday. So I thought I'd ask you to come without telling the details. Kevin isn't good at hiding things, so I decided to contact you.
Oh no. Are you telling me that the mashed potatoes and pancakes were cooked by Albert and Kevin?
That's right. They really wanted to see your happy face when you ate those.
No way. Why didn't you tell me?
That's because it was a surprise. That's why I reminded you over and over again not to come until lunchtime.
I can't believe this is really happening. I thought you were up to no good.
I wasn't thinking of anything nasty, but since you have a duplicate key to our house, I just wanted to make sure that the surprise won't be ruined. It was all for nothing in the end.
Wait, I didn't know anything about that. I thought that dish was made by you.
The three of us had gone shopping for flowers in the morning. We went to the florist while talking about how you'll be fascinated by our surprise. But when we got home, everyone was stunned. Kevin was crying so badly.
Oh no, Alice, please keep this secret between you and me. Don't ever tell them the truth. I won't forgive you if you tell them.
By the way, Kevin is reading your message too.
Huh?
Of course, Albert too. He's insanely angry. He said he'll never get in touch with you ever again.
I can't let that happen. You're Albert's wife, right? Do something about it.
Even a wife can't easily change her husband's mind. Besides, if you throw away the food people work so hard to make, I think anyone would be angry. That's why Kevin was crying so sadly. You did such a terrible thing.
I'm sorry. Alice, please. I don't want Kevin and Albert to hate me. I want to keep in touch with them as usual from now on. Please do something about it.
If you feel that way, please apologize directly to both of them, not to me. I'm not some sort of intermediary. Apologizing to me won't solve anything.
Don't be so cold.
Well then, I'll leave you to it. I guess Ambrosia felt bad indeed, so she came to our house right after we ended our conversation. She sincerely apologized to my husband and son. My son was crying, and my husband was furious. But seeing Ambrosia apologizing in tears, they eventually forgave her. My husband told his mother that he'll cut ties with her if she dares to do the same mistake again. After this, my mother-in-law gradually became calmer and easier to get along with.
Samantha, I have a question I'd like to ask you if you don't mind.
I wonder why you texted me out of the blue. Has something bad happened?
No, nothing bad happened. I just want to ask about where you were yesterday evening.
Yesterday? I was at home. No, I went to pick up the dry cleaning in the evening.
I went to your house thinking you'd be there. I was in trouble because no one's home.
I'm sorry. My suit was due yesterday.
I always go to your house in the evening. Why didn't you at least call me if you're not available? Or did you do that on purpose?
No, I didn't. I went out to pick up my suit, so I left the house only for about 10 minutes.
Well, that's okay. From now on, call me when you go out in the evening.
Got it. But you have a duplicate key to the house, right?
So what? I'm your mother-in-law, but I'm a guest to you. Do you want me to enter your house with a duplicate key without your permission?
We're family, so it's fine. That's why I gave you a duplicate key.
Why are you talking so high and mighty? Who do you think you are? You can't even cook a decent meal? Don't you dare to talk back to me.
I'm not trying to offend you. Besides, I cook every day without cutting corners.
Are you talking about those bad-looking dishes? You haven't forgotten that I go out of my way to cook for you on your workdays, have you? My son said that my cooking is delicious.
Is that so? I also think that your cooking is delicious.
Stop blabbering nonsense. I told you to quit your job if you want to get married to my son. You remember that correctly, don't you? I know you're incompetent, but you should remember what you were told.
Sorry, I'm not doing my duty properly as your son's wife. I apologize for that. But I take pride in my work. I do my cooking and other household chores well, even if I'm not very good at them. I didn't do anything wrong, so stop preaching me.
Silence! How dare you say that? Don't make me laugh. There was dust on the TV, and the laundry was untouched.
I take in the laundry in the evening after I get home from work. On work days, I wash them at night and leave them hanging out to dry. Are you telling me to do more than that?
I clean the whole house from corner to corner.
Even the bedrooms?
Of course! I don't want to leave the bedrooms dusty. Edward is allergic to house dust. If you make it worse, it's a big problem. Besides, if he doesn't get a good night's sleep, he'll be exhausted at work.
I understand that, but I have my privacy too. I don't want you to go inside the bedroom.
What are you talking about? Then why don't you clean it properly? And you should do something about the amount of clothes in your closet. All those clothes are so lame. I couldn't even take a look at them. I think you should just get rid of them right away.
What? Did you open my closet? That's just too much. I'd appreciate it if you'd stop.
Why should I? It's your fault, isn't it? It's because you haven't been taking care of the house properly.
Edward is not a little boy anymore. He's a grown-up, and he's a married man. I don't think he wants you to tell him what to do.
Who do you think you're talking to? Don't talk to me as if you know everything about Edward. How long do you think he and I have been together? You guys have only been together for 2 years and married for only 6 months. There is no way you can take care of Edward. I know him the best and I can take care of him.
Hey, it's me. Can I talk to you for a minute?
Edward?
Yes.
You're not using your cell phone, are you?
Yeah, it's Samantha's. She just showed me all of your messages. Mom, I don't want you messing with us anymore.
Huh? What are you talking about, Edward? I'm your mother, and I'm the one who raised you.
I'm grateful for that, and I appreciate your hard work, but I'm not a little boy anymore. It's gonna be a problem for my wife if you keep on messing around. Let's give each other some personal space. I'm tired of your selfishness. I want you to leave me and my wife alone.
Please don't say that. I can't live without you. You know that, don't you? I'll apologize sincerely and do whatever you want.
I've been warning you about this, haven't I? But you never listened to me. Samantha didn't tell me anything, but I noticed your behavior towards her. I'm an adult and also married. I don't need you to take care of me anymore. Frankly, I just want you to let me live my own life. Please, understand that.
Edward, don't say that. Don't abandon your mother. I beg you.
It's too late. I tried to warn you, but nothing changed. Don't even think to drop me a message for the time being.
Wait, Edward. I didn't expect you to treat me so badly. I have no doubt that Samantha has brainwashed you. I don't care about both of you anymore.
Is that what you really think? I'm so stunned. Thanks to you, I've learned to look at people's feelings objectively. I'm so grateful for that. Anyway, I'm going to use you as a good role model and accomplish my goal to become a respectable adult. Thank you for helping me during the process. Well, goodbye then.
It seems that Ruth, who finally revealed her true feelings to her son, got impatient and called my husband several times. Of course, Edward ignored her. When she found out that her son was serious, she sincerely apologized to us. She even asked me to persuade my husband to forgive her. When my husband found out, he got angrier, and his anger never subsided. Now we are practically insulating Ruth from us. I'm willing to forgive Ruth if my husband wants me to do so, but I guess it's easier said than done.
Sorry for my abruptness. My name is Frances McBeal. Are you Dave Redwood's wife? May I speak with you for a moment? Yes, but I don't think your name is in my friends list, so could you tell me who you are? I apologize for not introducing myself first. I work as your husband's personal assistant. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too, Miss McBeal. By the way, why did you call me? That's because... I was surprised to hear from you all of a sudden. Did something happen to my husband? Don't tell me he collapsed on a business trip or something. Oh, your husband is fine. He's full of energy, so don't worry. I'm glad to hear that. I was worried because he's been in Texas on a business trip since yesterday. I see. So it seems that your husband told you he went for a business trip. Sorry, I don't understand. I was just thinking what an easygoing wife you are. What? Never mind anyway. I just didn't expect that the wife of my supervisor would be so silly. Isn't it rude to talk like that all of a sudden? You think so? I think you're right. I beg your pardon? I'm sorry if I was rude, but I was being honest. What are you trying to say? Why are you asking me that question? Please don't say it in a meaningful way. I mean, you must have texted me because you have something to say, right? If you don't have anything to say, just leave me alone. Calm down. There's something I want to tell you. By the way, you really believe in your husband, don't you? That's why I said you're easygoing. Huh? Your husband is with me now. That's why I'm able to text you. But how did you know my contact? I looked it up from his phone. Does that mean you looked at it without his permission? That's what it means. Seriously? Because I'm curious about the person I'm in love with, so I was wondering what kind of person his wife is. But I don't think it's okay to do that. I'm in love with him, so it can't be helped. Aren't you curious about what's really going on? About me, for example? I'm in love with your husband. Me and Dave are married. Even if you're married to him, that won't stop me from falling in love with him. Just because you're in love with Dave, do you think you can just do anything you want to do? It's an invasion of privacy to look at someone's cell phone without permission, and that also applies to married couples. You and Dave's are a subordinate, and you just looked at his cell phone. It's just unbelievable. I knew it. What do you mean? Your husband said that you are a pain in the ass. The way you think is so uptight and old-fashioned. Also, you care so much about the details. Did my husband say that to you? He's talking bad about me to you, wasn't he? That's right. He said that you're annoying. Even your messages are troublesome. Seems like I agree with him. We texted each other for the first time today, right? So what? I'm just saying you're a pain in the ass. What's wrong with that? Huh? You said not to look at other people's phones, didn't you? Sounds like you care too much about unimportant things. It's an important matter, of course. What you did was an invasion of privacy. It's so obvious. Nowadays, it's normal to check your boyfriend's phone. My husband is not your boyfriend, is he? You just told me that he's someone you're in love with. You just admire him as your supervisor, right? I've never thought of him as my supervisor. Are you kidding me? I've been aiming on him ever since I joined the company. He's handsome for a man of his age. He's kind to women too. And he makes a lot of money. He's perfect, isn't he? For your information, he is married to me. I just happened to meet him a little late in life. I don't think it's a good idea to be in love with a married man. Doesn't matter. It's rather exciting. I'd be more interested in a wife who's more aggressive, but I didn't realize you were so easygoing. I find you more easygoing than me anyway. What is it that you want? Oh, I forgot to tell you the important thing. I'm sorry. I have nothing to say, so I'll leave you now. Wait a minute. Please listen to me. Do you have anything else you want to say? I feel like an idiot when I'm talking to you. I don't want to talk to you anymore. I'm sorry if I are offended, but I want to make something clear. I'm with your husband all day. So what? You don't feel jealous or anything? Like I said before, I'm targeting your husband. Are you telling me that you don't care at all? It doesn't really bother me. What? There might be something going on between the two of us, you know? Even if it's true, it doesn't bother me, because my husband told me about that. He told you? Yes, he did. He said that he'll be on a business trip with a woman subordinate. If he reported it beforehand, it proves he has nothing to hide. You're the only one who thinks about committing something nasty. Excuse me? Are you sure it's just the two of you on this trip? I'm not mistaken. Then there's no problem. Why do you think so? That's not something I want to talk about with you. I'm in love with your husband, you know. I know. Please don't complain about what happens from now on. What do you mean by that? I mean, even if me and your husband start dating each other. You're not dating, you're having an affair. What's wrong with that? Adultery is a serious problem. As long as me and Dave love each other, there's no problem. You're so silly. Honestly speaking, I envy you a little. Well, I'll take that as a compliment. I see, that's good to hear. You know what? I'll be spending 2 whole days with the person I'm in love with. It's a business trip, though. I know, but it's just the 2 of us here. How can there be nothing going on when a man and a woman are together? I'm going to make something happen. I'm going to steal Dave away from you. Steal him away? How? He's going to marry me. I'm going to be his wife instead of you, who is lazy and stupid. Marriage is not something you can do alone. Do you understand that? Of course I understand that. Then do your best. What are you talking about? That's my line. Don't be ridiculous. I'm saying I'm going to loot your husband. Aren't you scared or something? If you can do it, go for it then. Don't complain if I really take him away. You don't understand the main problem here, do you? Do you want to have an affair with my husband? It's not adultery. Dave and I are married. If he starts a relationship with you, it's adultery. I'm declaring a battle to you now, win or lose. Oh, that's right. If you're so confident, how about having the loser gets down on her knees? I don't understand. Are you okay? You'll become the loser in this battle. Huh? On the contrary, if there's a way for you to win in your current condition, I'd like to know. Shall I tell you then? By all means. Because I'm younger than you. Yes, you are. Also, I have a nice and soft skin. I don't know about that since I've never met you. I also help Dave with his work. Well, that's your job anyway. I can go to his place whenever I want. That's true. How's that sound to you? I don't care what you say. You don't think I'll beat you, do you? I'm better than you by a long shot. Not at all. Is that the only reason you think you can beat me? I'm surprised. Huh? Why? Because I'm married to Dave. No matter what you do, the adulterer loses. I've done everything right at home and I also treat him well too. There's no reason for me to lose. You can't guarantee that. Well, it doesn't matter now. It's like I can't get through to you. Is that any way to talk just because you're his wife? Can we end this conversation now? Noted. Anyway, please remember that I'm declaring a battle with you. I'm definitely going to date Dave. I'll be his girlfriend and eventually I'll become his wife. I'll keep that in mind. It's too late to regret what you did today. I'll make sure to save this message. Please do so. It's you who will cry when I take him away from you. So get ready to get down on your knees. Goodbye. Hello again. Thank you for talking with me yesterday. My pleasure. So what can I do for you today? Do you remember what we talked about yesterday? Yes, I do. I'm glad to hear that. I thought you'd forgotten all about it because you're not that smart. Just hurry up and get to the point. About your husband, he responded to my request. Is that so? Yes, we stayed in the same room together. I see. Do you know what this means? After what I said to you yesterday? What? Yesterday I told you that having an affair with a married man is a huge problem, and you didn't even listen to my advice. I'm not going to listen to your advice. Dave said that. He'd date me. I see. How do you feel about that? What do you mean? You feel sad since your husband was taken away by a girl younger than you, right? I wonder what I can say to make you feel better. Please tell me that you'll let me have your husband. Admit the defeat and get down on your knees. Give him to you? Dave isn't some sort of merchandise. By the way, I won't get down on my knees. I love him so much. You're preventing me and Dave from getting along. I've told you many times, I'm married. If you don't know what this means, but I think you're in trouble. You're the one who'll be in trouble. Why? Because your handsome and wealthy husband is taken away from you. You'll be alone. A stupid old hag can't survive on her own. And that's why you're still refusing to accept defeat. You don't understand. You're the one who doesn't get it, Missy. I know everything. I can see into the future. Dave and I are destined to be together. That's a happy way of thinking. I'm very happy. I want to be with him forever. I hope it comes true. I'll be rooting for you. Oh, are you planning to get divorced? That would make me very happy. Me and Dave were planning to get a divorce since a while ago. What? We're getting a divorce. Huh? What do you mean? The divorce was decided a long time ago, so even if you hadn't come to me, I would have left him sooner or later. Am I wasting my time? I don't know about that. When are you getting a divorce? Please hurry up. I'm going to become Dave's wife soon. That's why we're discussing it now. Discussing what? Don't you want a divorce? Isn't there any point in putting it off? On my part, I want a divorce right away, but my husband has a problem, so that's why we're discussing it. What problem? So many people have similar mind as you, therefore I'm having a lot of trouble proceeding the divorce. Huh? You know that, don't you? Know what? My husband has been involved in several relationships with a lot of women like you. That's the truth about him. I'm the only one he's dating with me. He told me so. All the women seem to think so. There are 3 women that I know of. He said there's no one but me. Yesterday he said it was just me. He said that he loves me. I heard those words right from him. I'm sure my husband is manipulating you. That can't be true. He said it's just me. That's what he told me. There's no way he would lie to me. Anyway, we're getting a divorce. I can't believe you're divorcing him. I'm really happy. I think it's too soon to be happy. I'm really happy to hear about the divorce. I want him to be mine as soon as possible. By the way, how old are you? 25. You graduated from college and are working as a personal assistant after that, right? That's right. Why does that have to do with anything? Since you are a college graduate, you are aware about what happens after an affair, aren't you? Don't tell me that you really don't know about it. There's only one path to happiness after an affair, leaving the wife who is in the way behind, and be united with the man who loves me. There's no other way. Well then, I'll take the good opportunity to teach you then. I don't need you to teach me anything. I'm demanding alimony from my husband. Alimony? My husband was having relationship with several women. So what you told me just now was the truth? Yes, indeed. But Dave said that I was the only one. Maybe my husband was just trying to get you to fall in love with him. People say love is blind. Seems that it's true. I'm sorry you were so easily fooled. Relationship with several women. It seems that you started seeing each other yesterday, but you've had a physical relationship for a long time with Dave, right? Of course, yes. I was the one pleasing him instead of his wife. That is adultery. Huh? As Dave's wife, I'm claiming alimony from the woman Dave has a relationship with. That of course applies to you. Huh? There's a lot of evidence left on the messages you sent me. Will I be charged too? Of course. Dave said he'd go out with me. You're going to take money from me and Dave just because we're dating each other? Even if my husband says so, he's still married. It's a different case since he's not single. How much are you going to charge? The going rate is about $10,000. $10,000? That's right. I'll have our lawyer contact you. I'm Dave's girlfriend. Girlfriend or not, you committed adultery of your own violation. You need to take the responsibility of what you've done. Wait a minute. What? I don't have the money to pay for that. Don't you think it's a waste of time to charge me money that can't be paid? I'll get you to pay whatever it takes. I can't pay that. That's your own fault. Please stop charging me. I got all the related messages from you. Even though we're still discussing divorce, I'm shocked that he's having an affair again. But I never intended to have an affair. I intended it to be pure love. Like I said before, there are no excuses for adultery. It's not right to have an affair if you're not ready for it. Then I'll marry Dave and we'll pay for it together. Marriage? I bet that's impossible, because my husband has at least 3 girlfriends who he promised to get married with. A girlfriend like you, who looks at his phone without permission. I'm sure you'll be the first to get excluded from his list. Too bad we don't have a polygamy system in this country. No way! I'm sorry to bother you at a time like this, but I'm going to have her report this to your company. And my husband too, of course. What? It's obvious, isn't it? Please don't do this, I beg you. If the company finds out, I'll get fired. What you've done can't be helped. You'll be punished. I'll give your husband back to you. It's not a matter of giving my husband back to me. Stop asking me to pay for the compensation, and also don't tell the company what I've done. I've worked hard to get the job. The world isn't that easy. I filed a claim for compensation from my lawyer to Frances. She repeatedly asked me to stop. Of course, I also told the whole story to the company she works for. My husband and Frances were fired for taking advantage of a business trip for personal use. Frances has no severance pay and could no longer pay her rent. Now she is doing a night job that provides her free accommodation.
Hey, Sarah.
Hey, Gerald. I'm surprised that you texted me. How can I help you?
My brother is on a business trip, right?
Yes, he is.
What's for dinner today?
I made beefsteak. You said that you don't want any dinner, so there's nothing left for you.
Huh? What do you mean?
I thought you were eating out. What should I do then?
What are you talking about? Make it now.
What?
You're my brother's wife, right? So you're supposed to cook for me too. Don't cut corners just because your husband is away on a business trip.
I'm not cutting corners. I thought you said that you don't want dinner. Besides, I'm not your wife anyway.
You're such a cocky woman. Looks like my brother got married to a boring wife. He graduated from a prestigious university, like most of our family members. I can't believe he got married to a high school graduate like you. You're so uneducated that you can't even think ahead. My dead parents are probably crying in heaven right now. They had such high hopes for my brother.
I don't care what you say about me, but could you please stop saying bad things about my husband?
Huh? You can't even cook well. Do you think you have the right to give me an order?
I didn't give you any order. Besides, it's not that I didn't want to cook for you. It's because you said that you don't want dinner.
You've been making a lot of excuses. Will you stop that immediately? I wonder why my brother took someone like you as his wife. You're really useless.
I've said it many times, but I don't think it's right to speak ill of my husband. I mean, I didn't know that you are that kind of person.
I don't show my true nature in front of others. After all, I'm a college student with a bright future. So I have to behave well in public, right? I've been a good boy all my life. I've been learning these techniques since I was a kid, because my parents have been comparing me to my superior brother.
Sorry to hear that, but personality is something that comes naturally, you know? So I think you should change your way of thinking. You're good at what you do, so you should use that to your advantage.
Shut up. You're just a high school graduate. Don't you realize that you're a disgrace to our family?
Disgrace? That's a terrible thing to say. You don't have to go that far. Your parents were happy when I got married to your brother. They said that they're glad your brother found a good wife. Also, my husband is very devoted to me.
That can't be true. Don't be delusional.
I'm not delusional. Your parents were very sensible and kind people.
Don't talk about my parents anymore. As your punishment for ordering me around, you must cook me dinner.
What did you say? Do you mean now?
Yes, of course. You got something to complain about?
No, I got it. I'll make it with what I have in the fridge.
I'll be at the station soon, so make it in 30 minutes.
I can only make easy dishes if you only give me 30 minutes. Do you have any request?
I'm sick of hearing you complaining all the time. Stop yammering and get on with it. If you don't make me a satisfactory dinner, I'll punish you further.
I'll leave the food on the table.
Hey, what's with that food? Are you trying to make me eat garbage?
I had the ingredients for meatball pasta, so I made it. I tasted it and it wasn't bad. I only had 30 minutes, so that's the only dish I could make.
A college student with bright future like me shouldn't eat meatball pasta.
What do you mean?
I threw that dish in the trash.
Seriously?
Can't you cook better food than that? There's no nutritional balance in that dish. What are you going to do to me if I lose my ability to learn because I'm malnourished? It'll affect my future employment too.
It's just one meal, so you don't have to worry about being malnourished.
Don't be ridiculous.
Besides, the only dinner I can make from the ingredients in the fridge was that dish. I didn't have much ingredients. I should have done some grocery shopping. Sorry about that.
I told you, didn't I? I said I'd punish you even more if you didn't make a satisfactory dinner.
I see. Are you telling me that you weren't satisfied? I think there was enough to fill your stomach.
How can you say that with such a lousy dish? There's no way I could be satisfied with that. Don't make me laugh. I'm going to punish you.
Punish me?
Of course. I'm punishing you for not satisfying me with your cooking. Why don't you satisfy my body instead?
What are you talking about? Please, stop joking. I'm your sister-in-law.
What does that have to do with anything? I'm having a rough time at college. I'm under a lot of stress. My girlfriend ran away from me. I need to relieve my stress by punishing you.
Give me a break. I think you've gone too far with your joke.
I'm not joking. It's your punishment.
I don't understand. If you don't stop joking, I'll tell my husband.
Fine. My brother's on a business trip, right? He won't even come to help you.
I need you to stop, Gerald.
If you refuse, I'll tell my brother that you seduced me while he was on a business trip. I've always been a good boy, even in front of my brother. So he will definitely believe what I say. So there's nothing you can do.
Are you threatening me?
I told you this is your punishment, didn't I? If you think I'm threatening you, you're welcome to think so. I wonder what my brother would think about you seducing me while he wasn't around. I'm curious about that.
You're such a terrible person. My husband will definitely believe me.
Then you can just text him now.
Cut it out. My husband is doing an important job. I can't cause him unnecessary worry.
I know. You'll make him worry if you text him. Then shut up and do something nice with me. It's the only way you can keep your current position as my brother's wife.
I decline. I'm not going to take you up on such a threat.
Hey, Sarah. You're in your room, right? Reply to me. I know you're there.
What do you want?
How dare you lock yourself in your room yesterday?
Of course I did. My husband isn't here, so I have to protect myself.
I had no choice than to back down yesterday. Do you think I'll just give up because you locked the door? I'll make sure you get punished. You're going to do something good with me today.
Never. I'd rather die. I'm not going to let you enter my room.
Is that so? Where do you think I am right now?
Well,
if you won't let me in the room, I'll have to go in there by force.
What are you doing? Please, don't be rough. You're breaking the door.
I'm breaking the door.
Huh?
If you let me enter your room, I can stop.
I refuse. If you dare to enter my room, I'll jump from the second floor.
Oh well, I'm stressed out too, you know. Breaking down doors is a good way to release it. Let's get serious now.
Hey, don't do that. You're really breaking down the door. Do you have any idea what you're doing?
Shut up. My brother's not here, so let me have fun with you. It's not a big problem anyway. I'm never gonna stop until I do something good with you.
Are you crazy? I'm your brother's wife.
It's so secretive, and that's what I love about it. It's going to be a blast. You can even take a video to prove it.
What? I won't let you do that.
Yeah, whatever.
Hey, you're breaking down the whole door. I want you to stop. Do you know what will happen to you if you do this?
Huh? Nothing will happen to me. I was seduced by you. It's a scenario where I did something I shouldn't with you. It's your fault. Of course, my brother will believe me because I'm good at what I do. By the way, I'm going to tell your parents that you were seducing me.
What a person you are. You're going to break the door, Gerald. Stop it.
Huh?
What now?
I got a message from my brother.
From my husband? What did he say?
He said he's looking for me right now. He asked me where I am.
Why don't you answer honestly?
What the hell did you do?
I don't know.
Liar. You must have done something behind my back. Otherwise, my brother, who's on a business trip, wouldn't be looking for me. He wants me to come out so he can talk to me. What the hell did you do to me?
Actually, I called my husband last night.
Why did you do that?
Why? Because you were threatening me.
I told you not to tell my brother, didn't I?
Even if you say so, I'm your brother's wife. We don't keep secrets from each other.
So what? My brother accused you, right?
Why?
Because you were seducing me while he was away on a business trip.
How can that be? My husband totally believed my story.
What?
Well, he was terribly shocked. He said that he can't believe his brother, whom he trusted, would do such a thing to his own wife.
You must have misunderstood him. I know he was telling you that he was shocked because you were seducing me.
Are you stupid? How could I have misunderstood such a serious matter?
And what did my brother say?
He said, "You've been a good boy all your life, and you never got scolded. You studied hard and was always the smartest in your class."
Of course. That's my brother. He knows me so well.
But
what?
my husband said that being born to an elite family might have brought a negative effect on your character development, that you turned out to be such a terrible person. Your brother sounded so sad.
Huh?
He said he was sorry, but he was glad that your parents weren't around. My husband was just sad to hear that his brother has done such a terrible thing.
My brother would never say that. He told me that I'm good at what I do all the time. He said he wished he'd grown up like me. He was always praising me. Even when I was applying to college, he said he believes in me. That's why I have no doubt that he'll trust everything I tell him.
I don't think your brother will believe everything you tell him. What you just said was quite selfish.
Oh, I got a message from my brother again.
Because he's looking for you, right? Anyway, my husband just texted me.
What did he say?
He finished his business trip early, so he'll be home soon. He said never to let you enter the room.
Why didn't he tell me earlier?
Because you were banging on the door like you were about to break it down. That's why. I missed the timing to reply to his message.
What the? My brother told me to get away from your room? He wants me to come to his place right now.
Oh my, you better get going then. You don't know what he'll do when he's really angry.
Shut up. Hey you! How dare you talk to my brother about everything? I was scolded so badly since last night.
Good morning, Gerald. Just as I expected. My husband's yelling echoed through the house. I heard everything. I've never heard my husband's voice like that before.
My parents never yelled at me like that. I've never had anyone yell at me in my life. It's your fault that I have to go through this humiliation. I'm even more stressed out now. How are you going to take responsibility for this?
That's none of my business. You deserve that.
This is what happens when you don't listen to me. If you just let me play with you, my brother wouldn't have come home. It's all your fault. My brother already left for work, didn't he? Now come to my room.
Huh? Stop blabbering nonsense. I'm not your slave, okay?
You're the one who should be punished. If you won't come, I'll go to your room.
I can't believe you have no common sense at all. I'm not your wife, okay? Your brother just lectured you a lot about common sense, didn't he?
Then get out of this house.
What did you say? Why should I do that?
I don't want someone who can't satisfy me.
I'm so dumbfounded. Why are you still saying that? Your brother is sighing.
That was last night, wasn't it? My brother already went to work, so it's none of my business. If you won't come, I'll go over there myself. If you don't like it, get out of this house.
My husband's taking a day off today after a business trip. He got off work earlier than he was supposed to. It's all your fault.
What do you mean?
Don't you understand? It means I have my husband by my side.
Don't say random things. Are you thinking about winding me up?
That's not what I meant. My husband is reading your message. He's so furious that his face has turned red.
Huh? Are you serious?
Of course I am. If you think I'm lying, you can come to my room.
You're lying, right?
I'm not. My husband was helping you out financially, right? He said something about you being too busy with your studies and not being able to get a part-time job. That's a lie, isn't it? You used the money my husband gave you to play with around, didn't you?
What are you talking about? I stay in the lab after class and study till late at night. Don't be ridiculous.
Oh, really? How come you, who don't even do part-time job, manage to buy things like clothes and bags from luxurious brands? I've been responsible for the housework in this house. Every time I do the laundry or clean the house, I've always wondered about that. A student like you couldn't possibly afford all that stuff.
You were entering my room without my permission. That's trespassing. I'm gonna call the police.
Do you have any common sense? I'm your family, remember? I live with you and I'm in charge of the house. How can you accuse me for trespassing just because I entered your room? Anyway, my husband is furious with you.
Are you still showing this message exchange to my brother?
Yeah, I just told you that, didn't I? And you know what? My husband said he's going to stop giving you financial support. He also said that he won't forgive you for treating his precious wife as if she were some sort of slave.
Why would he do that? It doesn't make any sense.
My husband also said that he'll never forgive you for trying to attack me while he was on a business trip.
There's no way my brother would say that. You're just saying that on your own. This is my house too. Why don't you just leave?
You didn't know anything about the ownership of this house? After your parents died, the house is inherited by my husband. You were a student, so he had no choice. He was going to share the property with you eventually. Anyway, legally, it's my husband's house. That means it's also my house since I'm his wife. Aren't you the one who should be leaving?
That's not gonna happen, even if you try to round me up. I'm a student with a bright future. My brother won't abandon me.
Maybe you're the only one who thinks so. My husband said that he and his parents are responsible for what happened to you. That's why he said that he's going to sanction you.
That's a lie.
He said that the world isn't that simple. You need to keep your feet on the ground. You have to experience both good things and bad things for your own sake.
Why the hell should I be sanctioned? It all started with you. It's because you didn't cook dinner for me, right?
You said you don't need dinner because you'd be late. You should at least do something about your own dinner.
Mom would have made it for me.
I'm sorry. I'm not your mother, Gerald. Besides, I made you dinner. You're the one who complained about the dinner I worked so hard to make in 30 minutes.
Shut up. Stop talking nonsense. Anyway, I don't want my brother to cut off my financial support. If I can't shop, I won't be popular with women. My pride won't allow it.
You've got a twisted personality, you know that?
It's none of your business. I don't deserve to be told what to do.
Gerald, listen to me.
What now?
I don't know how to say this, but...
Just say it.
My husband wants to kick you out of this house.
What? Kicking me out? What do you mean?
He said you don't show any remorse. You have no idea what you've done.
I don't understand.
I know that your family is responsible for the distortion of your character, but your brother said that he can't take care of you anymore.
Wait a minute. I'm still a student. How am I supposed to make a living if I get kicked out?
Your brother wants you to figure that out on your own too. You may be a student, but you're an adult now. He wants you to take care of yourself.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I know, but my husband says so.
Hold on a sec. You're the one who has to convince him. Please. He'll listen to you, won't he? Please, Sarah.
What? You're disgusting. I don't want you to call my name. You were the one threatening me.
Don't say that. We've lived together as a family, right?
Even if I forgive you, I don't think my husband would ever forgive you.
What?
My husband said he would never forgive you for trying to seduce me. He said he can't let you live in this house.
Oh no, I wasn't trying to seduce you. I was trying to punish you.
That's a funny way to think, isn't it? Why should I be punished by you? I don't understand.
I apologize then. I'm sorry. So you're gonna have to convince my brother. If I am evicted from this house without financial assistance, you can at least imagine what would happen to me, right?
You're a student with a brilliant future, aren't you? You should be able to survive on your own. I'm sure your dead parents would wish the same for you. That's why I won't try to convince my husband. For your parents' and my husband's sake, I think you should learn to live on your own.
I told you, I can't do it. Sarah, I'm sorry. Please, forgive me.
I can't do that. And my husband is very upset too. So I'm going to block your number from now on. Before my husband leaves this room, you need to pack up and leave.
I can't believe this is really happening.
Gerald, who had never been scolded by others in his entire life, was scolded by his own brother for the first time. And he was kicked out of the house too. For a while, he asked my husband for money. But gradually, he gave up because my husband treated him coldly. He is now working part-time after college and living quietly in a dirty, shabby apartment. It seems that he is experiencing the life of a struggling student. I can only hope that this experience will have a positive impact on his life in the future. We are trying to get Gerald to live on his own. Me and my husband have found a new house, moved in, and are living in peace. In the future, we plan to sell the family home and divide the property with Gerald.
Nice to meet you. You must be Sylvia, Patrick's wife, right? Please excuse my sudden message. I'm Clementine, Patrick's wife-to-be. I'm sorry. I don't think I know you. Well, Patrick is indeed my husband's name. He works for SS Trading, doesn't he? I work in the secretarial department of the same company. I'm his colleague. Clementine from the secretarial section. I still don't understand what you mean by being Patrick's wife-to-be. I mean it as it is. Do you understand the word? Are you telling me that you just don't want to accept the bitter truth? I don't understand what you mean, so how could I accept that? I'm in a relationship with your husband and I want to get married. I want you to get divorced soon and disappear from my life. Am I making myself clear to you? You are in a relationship with Patrick. He is a married man. So you're telling me that you're having an affair, aren't you? In short, yes. But I'm serious and I don't want you to describe my relationship with Patrick in such flimsy terms like cheating. At least I love him more than you love him. And I think he loves me too. That's your business, but in reality, I'm his wife now and you're the one he's cheating with. I had a feeling that Patrick was cheating on me, but I never expected you to contact me like this. I was surprised. You were aware of the affair and decided not to do anything to deal with it? What a silly wife you are! It seems to me that you were completely abandoning your responsibility as Patrick's wife. I wasn't neglecting him. I was thinking about our marriage. We have a child who has just started elementary school. Divorce because of cheating is not an easy decision to make. Marriage isn't as simple as you think. I don't think so. When you want to get a divorce, just do it quickly. After all, you just want to hang on to Patrick, don't you? Do you need him to support you financially? Or do you still have feelings for him? Patrick loves me more than you. Please divorce him quickly. You should think about Patrick's happiness. You seem very determined, but of course, I can assume that you are prepared for what happens after we get divorced, right? What do you mean by that? Alimony, of course. We have a child, so child support is also necessary. You are a woman who is greedy for money, aren't you? What a nasty woman! You are harassing me with your messages. I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do. Of course, I'll pay you alimony. It's a small price to pay to get Patrick out of your life. I'd do anything for him. For Patrick's sake, huh? I see. I understand that you are prepared to do that. Anyway, as for divorce, it's not something you and me to decide right now. I would also like to confirm it if it's true that you were cheating with my husband. I will talk it over with him and get back to you again. I don't think it's worth it. It would be a waste of time. Please get a divorce as soon as possible. I want to be married to Patrick on my 27th birthday. Only 3 months left before that day. You'd better get it over with by then. I don't care about your birthday. You can do whatever you want. As for me, I have no intention of letting this situation continue for too long. I will discuss this with my husband immediately and let you know if we can come to some kind of agreement. I'm relieved to hear that you are a more understanding person than I thought. Well then, I look forward to hearing from you. Clementine contacted me out of the blue. There is no reason for me to stay married to my husband if he's cheating on me. After this, I talked with my husband and divorced him, demanding alimony from both parties. I took custody of my child and asked my husband to pay child support in one lump sum. 2 years later, Clementine suddenly contacted me again. She even went to the trouble of changing her number. It's been a while, Sylvia. Sorry that I messaged you again out of the blue. Do you remember me? Who is it? I'm Clementine, the one who stole your beloved Patrick from you. How could you forget about me? Oh, you're the one from Secretarial Department. Oh, I'm not a secretary anymore. I'm a housewife now. How can I help you? Looks like you went to the trouble of getting a new number just to contact me. I have nothing to say to you anyway. You blocked my old number, didn't you? What an annoying woman you are. I contacted you a couple times, but you didn't read any of my messages. I thought you had blocked me, so I decided to get a new number. Please just stop troubling me. I'm sorry you had to go through all that trouble. I blocked you because I didn't want to deal with you anymore. So what can I do for you? I wasn't sure about contacting you, but I thought I'd let you know. It's not like I'm a complete stranger. So, what is it? I'm pregnant. Oh, I see. Congratulations. I hope you give birth to a healthy baby. Is that all? Yes. Was there something else you want me to say? I'm not related to you anymore. You're such a boring woman. Don't you have any more reaction you can show me? I was hoping for something like frustration. Why should I be frustrated? I don't feel anything. I have my son with me anyway. I lived happily with your ex-husband and we had our first child. You're now a single mother who is suffering. I have a husband with a high income who works at a major trading company. I'm a happy housewife, and I'm blessed with a long-awaited baby. Aren't you jealous of me? You must be frustrated too. Oh, I see. Are you so astonished that you can't even think straight? Not at all. I'm happy with my life as it is. Don't worry about me. You don't have to act tough. I know you're working now, right? Full-time job. You used to be a housewife, but now you're working. Isn't that too miserable? Is Isn't it proof that you were having a hard time making ends meet? You're pathetic. Don't tell me you contacted me just to say that. Do you have nothing else to do? Of course I have something to do. How rude of you to say that I have too much free time. I have a full-time job as a housewife. Well, it's true that I'm living a comfortable life with nothing to do. I just wanted to call you to let you know that we're having a baby. I went out of my way to find the time to do that. So, congratulations on that. You know what? Can we just end this conversation now? I'm busy. I'm kind of pissed off that you're not responding more. Oh yeah, I also bought a house earlier this year. A gorgeous house, perfect for me and my family. Well, congratulations on that too. My dream home, a family home in Manhattan, with a high-income husband. It's so easy to make all my dreams come true. Well, it's partly because I'm doing what I'm responsible at. A single mother like you who is poor and struggling to make ends meet probably is now living in a small apartment. It's not something I should compare, is it? I'm sorry for you. Patrick didn't buy any house when he was married to you, but he easily bought a house when he married me. Well, congratulations. Seems that my current husband loves me very much, otherwise he wouldn't have bought a house in Manhattan. I see, congratulations. Are you some sort of robot? Don't you have anything else to say? You should be disappointed at yourself. Why don't you show your true emotion? You really are a woman without any sense of humor. That's why you're so boring. Excuse me, but I have to go. I'm really busy. I have to go to work. Oh, I see. Poor people like you have to work hard to survive, don't they? It directly affects their lives. I'm sorry that I'm not very attentive. I shouldn't have called you so early in the morning. Well, I did it on purpose anyway. I'm well aware of that. Well, like what you just said, I'm one of those people who can't live without working hard at a full-time job. I'm about to turn off my phone. The baby will be born on the Christmas day. When the baby is born, I'll send you the picture of my child with Patrick instead of a Christmas present. So please don't block me this time. I'm counting on you. What? The baby will be born on Christmas Day? That's right. Santa Claus is going to bring a lovely baby to us. Isn't it romantic? At last my dream has come true. Well, I'm happy for you. I hope you give birth to a healthy boy. I was going to block her since I don't want to deal with her anymore. I was a little angry at her for taking my ex-husband away from me and that she's still contacting me just to pick a fight at me. I decided to take a little revenge. I then contacted my ex-husband for the first time in a long time to talk about the visitation with the kids and to tell him about his current wife. A week later, things took a turn for the worst. Hey Sylvia, what did you say to Patrick? Hello Clementine, what do you mean? I just called him because I wanted to talk to him about visiting my son. I just did the natural thing as a parent. What's wrong with that? Those visits are always at the end of the month. That's why I called him. I have to go back to my parents' house at the end of the month, so I asked him to reschedule a week earlier. I didn't do anything wrong, right? Huh? That's enough. How can I be divorced just because of that? It can't be true. Divorce? I didn't hear about that. You don't know about that? I'm sure you planned all of this. Patrick didn't tell me anything about the divorce. It's his family business, so there's no way I could have known about it since I'm now a stranger to him. I didn't think it would go that far. I knew it was you who told him something nasty. Tell me what you've told him. I didn't tell him anything. I just congratulated him on the fact that he's going to have a baby on Christmas Day. Did I do something wrong? That's a lie! That's not at all! Then why is he divorcing me? Oh, it's not like I blew it or anything. I'm just asking you a question because something strange happened after I said congratulations. What do you mean by that? If I count backwards, I'd say around the time you had the baby in your belly, Patrick was out of the country for about 2 months, wasn't he? He didn't even get to see my son during that period, so I remembered it well, but that's strange. Were you with him when he went overseas? I thought maybe you didn't do the math correctly. What the? Is that how you find out? I never thought about it. I know, men doesn't really care about that, but I had a bad feeling about that. I've had a baby before, so I know. That's why I asked him if he took you together with him on his overseas trip. He said no. I didn't blow anything up, did I? I was just asking a question. Oh, it's just, well, things can go a little off. It's just a due date. Well, that's a little bit of problem. I mean, it's not that big of a discrepancy. So who is the father of the baby? Shut up, it's none of your business. Yes, you're right. I'm Patrick's ex-wife, so I have nothing to do with that. Okay then, I'm going to block your number. Let's do our best as single mothers from now on. Wait a minute, I'm having a baby. Is Patrick going to divorce me? Well, he said he was going to do some serious research. It might be quite a commitment to raise another man's child. Oh no, he told me this was a secret. Oh my god, did he really say that he'd look into it? I don't think that's a good idea. Will you be in trouble if you find out about whom you're having an affair with? If I tell you, will you help me? Why should I do that? You took my husband away from me and you're also trying to make me look miserable by boasting about how happy your life is. To be honest, I don't want to deal with you ever again. Because I was jealous of you for a long time. You didn't change the expression on your face even when your husband cheated and divorced you. I just wanted you to envy me. That's bullshit. How should I envy someone who is tearing apart other people's lives so easily? Of course I don't envy you. If you want to go out with my ex-husband and get married, why didn't you tell me honestly? I don't think people who cheat on other people's husbands are good people. There's no reason for me to help you at all. Don't say that. I don't know what to do. If I don't do anything, he'll really divorce me. Then why don't you search for another guy? Why don't you go and seek for help to the real father of your child? He has a family too, so it's impossible. I won't make it before the baby is born. You're having an affair again? Looks like you never learned from your mistakes. I don't know who the real father of your son is, but if Patrick finds out everything now, you'll go bankrupt. Oh no, I was going to quit my job and build a happy family in my dream home. What am I going to do? I don't know. You contacted me and tried to pick a fight with me. I'm sorry. I won't contact you anymore and I take back everything I said before. I'll apologize as many times as you want me to. Please say something to Patrick. I can't because it's not something that can be managed by saying something to him. Besides, I'm already divorced from him and we're strangers. First of all, I'm in a relationship with someone I'm planning to marry him. My son loves my new partner a lot and I want to raise a happy family with him. That's why I don't to get involved in your family business. You're going to marry someone? You've only been divorced for 2 years. Isn't it too soon? How can you say that? You guys got married on the next month after my divorce. Well, it's because we loved each other. The CEO of the company I work for now is very nice to me, and we've been together ever since. Company CEO? No way! Does that mean you're going to be his wife? That's what it means. He already has a house along with a condo in the city center. One of them is for work, apparently. That's not fair. How come you get to be so happy and not me? Because I haven't done anything wrong. Good things come around if you are serious and live a decent life. Why don't you live your life seriously and properly think about others? I'm sure good things will come your way if you do that. Please help me. Since you'll be the CEO's wife, you have a lot of money, right? Please share some with me. If you don't, I'll go bankrupt. It's his money, not mine. If you're going to ask for money, you should ask Patrick. I'm under no obligation to help you, so I refuse. Oh no, I'll be unhappy if you don't do something to solve this problem. Are you trying to make me unhappy? Huh? Don't blame others. You're the one who chose that path. Please, Sylvia, don't abandon me. How can you say such thing to me? I have no intention of helping you at all. After this, please talk it over with your husband and decide. It's none of my business. Well then, goodbye. Wait a minute! Please help me, Sylvia! In the end, the two of them divorced and Clementine became a single mother. Then Patrick requested me to get back together. After I told him that I was dating someone else on the premise of marriage, I never heard from him again. He doesn't even visit his son. Incidentally, Clementine went back to her parents' house to pay alimony to Patrick and the wife of the man she was cheating with. She is working hard while raising her child with the help of her parents.
You were off work today, right?
Yeah, what is it?
Nothing particular. I was just on the road, so I thought I'd drop you a message.
What a surprise.
It's Scott's birthday soon, right? What are you going to get him?
Oh, I haven't decided yet.
Scott is 5 years old now. He should at least have something he wants, right?
I think so. I'll just ask him then. I don't know if he'll tell me what he wants anyway.
Let's just give it a try, Bridget. If he tells you, let's buy him what he wants.
Got it. I'm going shopping now, so I'll visit the toy section while I'm at it.
I know it's been a while. I hope you've been well.
Ambrosia, it's been a while. Is everything all right?
Yes, my eldest son's a hard worker. That's why we're living comfortably without any problems.
I'm sorry I can't be of much help to you guys.
It's okay. We don't expect much from you.
I see. So, what can I do for you today?
It's Scott's birthday soon, right?
Yes, he will turn 5 years old. I'm so grateful that he grew up healthy.
I know. That's the best.
Is this something to do with his birthday?
No, I haven't seen him for a while. So we're talking about having a dinner party for his birthday as well.
Really? I think Scott would be pleased.
How about next Sunday?
I don't have any special plans on that day, so my husband Scott and I will come over to your place.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I beg your pardon?
If the three of you come together, how are we going to prepare for the dinner party? Are you going to leave everything to us? I don't think you should do that.
Well, I was thinking that if it's also Scott's birthday party, I'd like to be with him.
I said it's a dinner party as well as a birthday party, didn't I? The main thing is, it's a family dinner. You should have understood that since you're my son's wife.
Yes, but Scott won't understand if I say it's a dinner party. He will simply think it's his birthday party, won't he? It's difficult to explain if I'm not going together with him.
Isn't that a little too brazen? Are you going to make me and my eldest son's wife prepare the entire meal?
I didn't mean it that way.
Isn't that something you and my eldest son's wife are supposed to do together?
You're right.
When are you really going to realize that you are my son's wife? My eldest son's wife does the housework at our house on a regular basis. I'd rather you take the initiative too. You should come earlier than the rest of the family to help with the preparations. Did I make myself clear to you?
Duly noted, Ambrosia. Can I have a minute with you, Daniel?
Sure. What's going on? I'm on my lunch break, so I can talk to you.
Right after we exchanged our messages, I got a call from your mother. She's planning to have a dinner party for Scott's birthday next Sunday.
Really? That's great.
It's just...
What is it?
She told me to come early because they have to prepare the meal. So, do you mind if I ask you to take care of Scott during the day?
I'm good, but you don't have to force yourself. If you have to go there early, I can tell my mother to just cancel the dinner party.
No, it's fine. I'd feel bad if I had to decline her invitation. Besides, it's our child's birthday party too.
That's true. But I can drop you off at my parents' house. Then, I'll go with Scott somewhere to kill some time, okay?
You don't mind doing that?
No problem.
Thanks, Daniel. I know I can count on you.
You'll be able to come early tomorrow, right?
Yes, I'll be there early.
Well, I don't know if I'll have any work for you since my eldest son's wife is here. But you can at least clean up, right?
What do you mean?
My eldest son's wife is a great cook and a perfect housekeeper. You might not have anything to do.
I see.
In the first place, you even turned down our offer to move in with us so easily. I'm sure you didn't have confidence in doing housework.
That's not the case, but...
I'd like you to at least be useful to us when we need something, since you don't live with us.
With all due respect, Ambrosia,
What?
because of where my husband works, we can't live together. But we're sending you monthly allowance. That's the only thing we could do to offer our help. And to hear you talk to me like that hurts my feelings.
Well, I don't think I can deal with you if you moved in with us anyway. I think it would be better for us to live separately. Anyway,
What is it?
I know you love your child, but please, think about Robert a little more.
You mean your eldest son's child?
You didn't even buy him a single souvenir when you came to our house. You didn't even give him any present for his birthday.
No, you're wrong about that.
My eldest son's wife was very disappointed. She said she felt bad for her son. Scott has been given what he wants, as much as he wants. Me and my husband also treated him nicely every time he visited us. But only my husband and I care about Robert. I have a feeling that you and your husband don't care about Robert at all.
That's not true. On Robert's birthday, I sent money to buy him whatever he wants. I also gave him allowance every time I met him. How can you say I don't care about him?
You're so good at making up stories.
I'm not lying.
Then what? Are you saying that my eldest son's wife is lying?
No, it's not like that. I'm sure that I sent the money for Robert. I don't mean to be rude, but I can't come often, so I thought it would be better to have him buy whatever he wants by himself. My husband and I have been talking about it.
I wonder what your husband is thinking. It seems he doesn't care that you have made my eldest son's wife upset. I'm sure he must have been brainwashed by you.
Brainwashed? Absolutely not.
He was a sweet boy who understood people's feelings. But you've turned him into a heartless fool.
My husband is still a kind man. Please stop talking like that.
You're just using us for your own convenience. You're saying bad things about us behind our back, aren't you?
Please don't say that. I never once said anything bad about you or my sister-in-law.
I hope so. My son obviously hasn't been the same since he married you. It's your fault.
That's not true. My husband is still the same person.
Anyway, please stop saying unnecessary things to Daniel. This time, we're having a dinner party for Scott's birthday. You should be thankful we invited you. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
And one more thing. I'm not preparing a meal for you tomorrow.
What do you mean?
My eldest son's wife said that she doesn't want to prepare any meal for you. So, as soon as you're done, you can go out for dinner if you want.
Oh, no.
Scott's birthday party has started, Bridget. We've already had dinner, but where are you?
I'm at the restaurant nearby.
Restaurant nearby? What are you doing there? Your sister-in-law's delicious-looking dishes are all lined up.
Well, actually...
What's wrong?
There's no food for me, so she told me to go eat out.
Seriously?
Actually, I got a message from your mother yesterday. She told me that there won't be any dinner for me. I'm sorry I didn't tell you. I went back to your parents' house earlier, but the door was locked.
What did you say? I didn't know anything about that.
It's okay. It's Scott's birthday party today. It'll end peacefully if I just bear with it, right?
What are you talking about, Bridget? That's not the point.
You can pretend that you don't know the truth. It's just what happens all the time.
Are you telling me that you've been bullied by my mom and my elder brother's wife all this time?
I told you I'm fine, didn't I? I just have to put up with it.
That's not going to happen. There's no way I can ignore the fact that you've been bullied by my family members.
But if you say something to them, I'll be in big trouble, okay?
Fine. I don't want family members who mistreat my wife. I'll stop sending them money.
Are you okay with that, Daniel? You won't be able to live together with them in the future if you do that.
Don't worry about that. That's why my parents live with my brother and his family. It's none of our business.
Are you sure?
It's none of our business anyway. From now on, let's save the money for Scott's future. We're working hard together. Anyway, I'm going to cut ties with my family.
What? Are you serious?
Yes, I am. I'd rather have you as my family since you've been taking care of our child all this time, Bridget.
Thanks, Daniel.
I think you should go ahead and take the train home. You don't have to answer any more calls or messages.
Okay then. Please take care of Scott and make sure he behaves properly.
Hey, pick up the phone. What's this all about? Are you abandoning your duty as my son's wife?
Sorry about that. My husband told me not to answer the phone.
What a cross-minded woman you are. I'll make sure you'll never talk to me like that again.
I beg your pardon?
My son really shouldn't have married you. You refused to live together with us. You also forced your sister-in-law to do all the housework. And to top it off, you made my son stop sending money to his parents.
Well, it's because you treated me so badly.
Shut up. Do you know how I feel when my own son abandoned me? I'll make sure you feel the same way. Be prepared for that. Hey, where are you guys? Answer me.
Long time no see, Ambrosia. My husband told me not to respond to any of your calls or messages.
I'm in your apartment right now. The name on the nameplate has changed. Can you explain what happened?
Oh, we moved out.
Moved where?
I can't tell you that.
Why not?
Because you said to me that you'll make sure I'll never talk back to you again. So me and my husband were afraid that you might even kidnap Scott. That's why we decided not to tell you that we've moved out.
I didn't expect my son would do that.
Did you say something?
Nothing.
If you don't have anything special to talk about, let's end our conversation here.
Oh, wait a minute. Actually, I tried to reach my son, but I couldn't get through to him. That's why I texted you.
Oh, my husband said he blocked your number.
That's such a terrible thing to do. Your brainwashing is so scary.
So, what can I do for you?
Well, we've reached our limit.
Huh? What do you mean?
We can't live without your monthly allowance.
But you and your husband still have your pensions, right? In addition, your eldest son is also working. If you don't live extravagantly, you should be able to live well enough.
There are 4 adults in our house. Moreover, Robert's appetite is growing. The food expenses alone are ridiculously expensive.
But you still have enough to live on, don't you?
No, it's not enough.
Why is that?
I found out that my eldest son's wife created a lot of debts. She got addicted to gambling because of the stress from moving in together with us.
The stress of living together with you? My sister-in-law was a very good wife, wasn't she? You said you're glad that she moved in with you. Don't you remember that? Was she under pressure all this time?
It seems so. I wonder why.
That's because you made her work from day to night right after she moved in with you. Am I right?
Well, you see,
if you're being strict to her every day, she'd be a better cook. She'll also be perfect at housework too. Because if she doesn't do what she's told to do, you'll punish her.
yes, but
I understand how stressed out my sister-in-law must be.
my eldest son's wife used all the money you and your husband gave for Robert. She put it all into gambling.
It seems so.
Did you know about that?
My brother-in-law contacted my husband. He said he wants to borrow some money.
What happened after that?
Of course, my husband refused. We can't afford it either. We don't have any money to lend to strangers.
Strangers? We are your family. It's natural to help your family when they are in need, isn't it?
How can you say that? You bullied me all the time. You praised your other daughter-in-law, but now you want me to help her because she has created a huge amount of debts? You must be kidding me.
Don't be so cold. You refused when I asked you to move in with us, so I got a little sarcastic. It was hard. Don't you understand?
That doesn't mean it's okay to bully me. My husband and I have no intention of lending you money or helping you. So please, give up. I have to prepare dinner now, so if you'll excuse me.
Oh no.
Hey, I can't take it any longer. Please, help me. I tried so hard to save money, but we have to use the money to pay off the debt. We can't live like this forever.
Not again.
You're replying early today.
I happen to be off work today.
Could you please resume sending money to us?
We've cut ties with you, Ambrosia. There's no way we're sending you money again.
We have no money.
Then why don't you work? I've been working desperately to be able to send monthly allowance for you before we decided to cut ties. I had to drop off Scott at the daycare before I go to work on weekdays. Do you have any idea how sad I was whenever I saw my son crying while asking me to stay by his side? Have you ever thought about the sacrifices Daniel and I made to be able to send you monthly allowance?
I'm so sorry. But Scott is happy whenever he's at the daycare, isn't he?
Yes, he is now.
That's fine then.
No, that's not what I meant. If you don't have money to live on, then you need to generate your own income. Both you and your husband are still in good health. If you both work, you can earn enough money to live on.
Are you going to make two elderly people work? Do you have no sense of humanity?
You can say whatever you want, but we will never send money to you again. What about your eldest son and his wife? As long as you are living together, they should cooperate with you. Besides, it was your eldest son's wife who created the debts.
Actually, she was trying to get rich easily since we're running out of money. My eldest son got into gambling too.
What?
He said if he wins, it'll be big, so he wants us to wait a little longer. In the meantime, we're running out of money.
What do you mean? Ambrosia, I think you should stop them. Gambling isn't the best solution for this matter. Please stop your eldest son and his wife before it's too late.
They won't listen to me.
If you don't do something, everyone will suffer.
I know. I couldn't convince them. That's why I'm asking for your help.
Even if we send you the money, your eldest son and his wife will just spend it all. It will further increase their debt.
Why are you being so persistent? If you had continued to send money to us in the first place, we wouldn't be in this sticky situation. we could make ends meet each month. It's all your fault that things turned out this way.
Excuse me? You are so wrong. There's no point in talking to you anymore.
Oh, wait a minute. How about you let me move into your place?
What are you talking about?
If we live together, you won't have to send the money. Also, I can get out of this hard life.
Are you okay with that? Please, think carefully.
What?
Are you telling me that as long as you're happy, that's all that matters to you? What about your husband and your eldest son's family?
It's fine. Those people should just earn their own money and struggle on their own.
How heartless you are. Robert is your own grandson. He's also your family.
My heart aches when I think of Robert, but it's all because of what his parents did. It can't be helped.
But you and your husband are your son's parents. You are also very careless with money, aren't you?
Huh?
I know. You go out for lunch with your friends every day. You also visit the beauty salon once a week. Besides, you go on trips with your friends every season.
No way. How did you find out about that?
Your eldest son told me.
What?
It's not a good thing that your eldest son's wife gambled and got into debt. But you also have spent all her money without thinking about your budget. There's no way that you can get away and pretend as if you didn't do anything wrong.
Well, I'm sure that my eldest son lied to you.
I don't think so.
Please, help me. If you can't send me money, just lend me some money. Please, Bridget, you're the only one I can count on.
I promised my husband that I will never lend money to you. That's why you need to give up.
Don't say that. If I don't do this, we'll lose the house.
I don't care.
What a terrible thing to say.
I recommend that you lose everything and reflect on it wholeheartedly. I suggest you rebuild your life after that.
I can't do that.
You don't have a choice. Ambrosia, can't you even understand that? After all, you need to redo everything.
So, you won't help me? Your mother-in-law is in such trouble and you just ignore her?
I can't help you. My husband has stopped me from doing so. Please, don't ever ask me for help in the future.
Then you should be the one to ask my son for help. Tell him that his mother is in financial trouble and she needs help.
I don't want to do that. My husband is the one who abandoned his own family to protect me. I'm truly grateful for his love for me.
I gave birth to your husband.
I know, and I really appreciate that, but I would never disobey him.
So you won't help me?
Yes, because my husband says he will disassociate himself from his family. Ambrosia, I'm afraid this conversation will be the last one you'll ever hear from me. Please continue to have plenty of suffering in your life.
Oh no.
I have been married for 9 years. I will never forget how my mother-in-law has always bullied me. I wish you all the best. After that, my parents-in-law's finances were on fire. They had to sell the family home to pay off the debt. I can imagine that there was a lot of trouble between the family members. My sister-in-law, who had been troubled by my mother-in-law's selfishness and self-indulgent behavior, decided to move out of the house. My sister-in-law is also the one who created the debt. I thought that might not be the case either, but it was none of my business. The rest of the family is living together in a small, shabby apartment. Ambrosia and her husband are now working part-time for a job they found at the recruitment agency for elderly people. They are complaining that they don't make enough money to stay afloat. In addition, my brother-in-law, who is the breadwinner of the family, has been working day jobs in addition to earn more. As for me, I am concerned about Robert. But as my husband said, I am glad that we have cut ties with them. We are having a busy but happy time as a family of 3. Anyway, I have new life growing in my belly now.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and leave us a comment down below. It means a lot to us. See you next time!